God damn, it's only 7:47. What could possibly be going wrong in your world?
First of all, I woke up at 7:29
Oh no.
and scrolled through my phone, and there you were at 7:30, ready when you are, thumbs up. I was like, oh, fuck. And I was about to start talking shit. I was like, Amanda is crazy. She just be up trying to do stuff. And then I remembered, I'm the motherfucking one that said, let's do 7:30.
Bitch, I've already been to work. I was up at 5 a.m. I've already taught a class. I've come home. I've had a protein shake. I've had a cup of coffee. I'm in my TikTok just waiting on your ass. So, but I mean, it's good that you slept in because you don't sleep.
Well, exactly. The reason why I, quote, slept in is because at 4:25 a.m., Maja, Miss Independent, get out of my room. I'm my own person. I'm sleeping in my own bed. Came coming around like, I thought I heard some noises, girl.
Oh.
I was like, Maja. She's like, can you just... And she tried to make it so that it's not... We're laying together and cuddling and she's a baby. She's like, can you just see if you hear it? I was like, girl. I don't hear it. You didn't hear it? No. Why don't you go lay with Shira, who we were all worried about. We were all worried that Shira was going to be the one who could not handle being in her own room. Why don't you go lay with Shira? No, because I thought I saw a spider in Shira's room the other day, and I don't go in that room anymore. Oh, you don't go in that room anymore? The one that you slept in all your life? Because you thought you saw a spider? Yeah, I can't go in there. And I was like, well, I'm sure Shira would appreciate it. And she was like, actually, Shira told me I can't go in there anymore. I was like, okay. So Shira is up in her full-size bed, surrounded by all of her toys. And like, I'm in here alone. I got this. Not tripping. And Maja is the one who is not ready for her own bed. So at 4:25, I go in. I listen for the sounds while laying down and hugging her.
Yeah.
That part she doesn't want anybody to know. And now I can't sleep. So now I'm scrolling, I'm reading, and I haven't looked at Twitter in weeks because, you know, my normal ritual of doom scrolling, I don't need to do it anymore because I have real doom in my life. So now I'm reading about Michael B. Jordan. All of the Trinidadians and Caribbeans are mad at him because he tried to trademark Juve, just like when Kim Kardashian tried to trademark the word kimono. Like, you can't just take people's shit and capitalize on it. So now I'm reading about that and getting all involved, you know, eating my fucking imaginary popcorn, like, ooh, they are getting him up out of here. And, you know, like, you just start reading shit that doesn't apply to your life and getting all, you know, interested in it. Next thing I know, it's 6:30.
Oh no.
I'm like, oh fuck, I told Amanda 7:30. So now I close my eyes. I go, you know, the classic, let me just rest my eyes. I'm gonna just rest my eyes right quick.
Yeah.
Rested my eyes for exactly right quick 1 hour, woke up and was like, ew, Amanda is crazy. And then remembered, oh fuck, I said that.
I don't think we've ever, this is the earliest we've ever recorded.
Girl, I'm like trying to like drink this coffee quick because I know I sound groggy. You know when people be sounding groggy and shit.
Yeah.
I'm still all congested and shit. And I had to have my coffee before I brush my teeth because I don't want the flavor of the whatever. So now my breath stank. Girl, that's a mess over here. And here you are, you're dressed, peppy, ready to go.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I'm still in my workout clothes and my hair is greasy looking because I put a hair mask in last night. I don't know if that helps, but I'm not like done.
What kind of hair mask do you do?
I usually do this. I have this hair oil that my girlfriend Jenna was telling me about because she was like, I bought it and she's like, I didn't really love it. But then she went to get her hair done and her stylist was like, oh, you have so much new growth. And so she was chalking it up to this hair oil. So I bought some. But the place where I buy all my skincare from, you get 3 free samples every time you place an order. So the last time I ordered, I placed one for a hair mask. It's by a company called, I can't pronounce it. It's RAHUA. And it's like a hair and scalp like mask. It's kind of like a creamy thing. So you can either do it for 15 minutes or you can sleep in it. So I decided to sleep in it.
But you don't have hair loss.
No, but I'm like trying to not have it because I'm afraid I'm going to have it. I really like my hair. So I really try to take...
Oh, you do. You invest in your hair.
I think it's like, you know what, as a child, like I have nice hair. And as a child, that was like the thing that like my mom always complimented me on. It was the thing that like hairstylists were always like, oh, your hair is so beautiful. So I think that that's just kind of like the thing that I've like held on to. And so it's really all I got left.
Girl, you didn't lose when you were breastfeeding?
Oh, yes. It was terrible. I was bald. Like my temples were bald and it progressively got worse with each child. But like after Quinn, it was so bad. I cut my hair off. After Bennett, I regretted cutting all of my hair off with Quinn. So I tried to, keep it around. And then with Lennox, it was like the longest it had ever been. So I definitely hung on to it. But if I pulled my hair back in a ponytail, I had 2 giant bald spots and all those weird baby hairs. It was rough.
Amanda, that's literally what I have right now.
You have that right now?
I'm also 17 years older than you. So like, I started with the hair loss with the breastfeeding, but only at the temples.
Yeah.
Did it show? Like, obviously, like when I would wash my hair and condition my hair and like detangle,
yeah,
my hands would be clumps of hair.
Clumps.
I mean, just balls and balls of hair. And I've always had a lot of shedding just in general because I have a lot of fucking hair.
Yeah.
But with the breastfeeding, it was double the amount. And then the temples started to go. You'll see it if you watch some of the old Monday Night Lives sometimes when I pull my hair, especially when like the Monday Night Lives when we started to get comfortable.
Yeah.
And just be showing up. Not trying to be cute. I have 2 big, bitch, I'm George Costanza in this motherfucker. I have 2 big, just gray, from where you can see my scalp patches at my temple. So like when I wear my hair back, slicked in a bun, I have to fold that hair over the 2 bald spots. When I wear my hair down, like if I part, and also my parts are like permanent.
Really?
My parts are like, so if I part on the middle, the side, or the other side, I have to like fold the hair over because you'll see that big ass line. It's like, when old black men crease their jeans and then that white line shows up on the jeans forevermore.
Oh,
I have those on 2 sides of my head.
Oh no.
Yeah, so maybe I'll go buy that hair. Girl, you got me buying shit. You're an Instagram ass shopper. Listen to me.
Listen.
And she's like, I'm going to just put this in the newsletter. I don't even, look, I read the newsletter and be like, what I'm going to say? Because
I've actually tried like this month. I was like, Amanda, you really need to diversify what you're putting in the newsletter. So I went to the library. I picked up all kinds of new books. I'm trying to watch TV shows because I was like, I just have products to recommend. Like I got a new cream that's supposed to help my skin elasticity, trying to fix the damage of 3 children to my abdomen, trying to just like will that skin to just come back to what it looked like, 12 years ago. So I'm trying to diversify my newsletter contributions.
Oh, we're still. What can you do about that skin anyway? Like if you say it's not like topical, say it's not, an over-the-counter, regular, affordable fix with like crazy consistency. What's the medical procedure that you'd have to do? Or is there one?
Yeah, so I, was it like 3-4 years ago, I went in and had a consultation for a mini tummy tuck because right after I had Lennox, I noticed that my belly button wasn't going back in. And so I recognized that I had a partial hernia. And so I went in to see a surgeon about it. And I laid on that table. I was maybe, I don't know, like 5 months postpartum. And the surgeon looked at my stomach and he was like, yeah, we can fix that. But you'll probably want to like go consult with a plastic surgeon because you'll probably want to have like all this extra skin fixed. Like you should just schedule a tummy tuck at the same time that you get this hernia fixed. And I was like, excuse me. Okay.
No, I remember him saying that I remember them demoralizing the shit out of you.
Yes.
But the thing is, like, is there really a skin fix? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Yeah. So you can either, like, you can have a tummy tuck, which removes the extra skin, but that is horrifying. I went to that consultation and I was like, no, thank you. The potential things that can happen are horrifying. The recovery is horrifying. So then maybe like 6 weeks ago, there is this new thing on the market and it's not cool sculpting, but it's kind of like that. But they have a process where they can like tighten your skin. And I've looked at before and afters and it is so cool. But it's like one of those things where it's like maintenance. So you can have it done, but then you're going to have to go back in a couple of years and it's not cheap. It's like $400 a session. And they recommend that you have like
about VelaShape.
No, it's not that. What is it called? Shoot. I'll have to look it up.
Sculpting?
No. But it's like that. There's like one that like works like cool sculpting, but it's like more targeted and you can do it in more places cuz like cool sculpting is just for like your abdomen, I think I think they've recently approved it for like your kidney area and your saddlebags. This is like a little wand and they massage it all over. And so they can kill fat cells with it and flush them out through your lymphatic system. There's a skin tightening one. And then there is a toning one like M-Sculpt. But why can't I remember what this is called? It doesn't really matter. But I looked into that, but it's so expensive. And Chris was like, why do you care? And I was like, because this is literally the one part of my body that I hyperfixate on. But
you don't have to tell me. You know me. I hyperfixate on just teeth. I'm sitting here balding at the temples, and I guess I'll get the hair mask. But right? I'm over here like, let me get $50,000 for 50 new teeth in my whole motherfucking head. I understand. Like, I actually really try hard not to look at teeth on Instagram anymore because, you know, like I'll be sitting here like, what? Why do the girls need to go to college? Why? Like, they're not gonna. Because but I can find ways to think. I can find ways to justify and rationalize that I need to spend tens of thousands of dollars on my mouth. It's my smile. I can't not like my smile for the rest of my life. So I get it. I get it. Every day that you put pants on, you look at your skin thing.
Yes.
And you have a conversation in your head about your skin thing.
Yes.
And then you go and you make your coffee, you put your shoes on, you go about your day, and you think you've forgotten about it, but then you go to take a shower and you're looking at the skin thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's one of those things that, like, I can't, unless I have something majorly invasive done to my body, I can't do anything about it. So it's that constant, like, are you going to get over this at some point, Amanda? Because you're literally not going to do anything that would permanently fix it. So, like, you just keep slamming your hand in the drawer and asking why it hurts. Like, maybe this is time to just, like, let it go. Let it go.
I know, but, you know, I'm never going to let it go. I don't do that thing where I go, maybe I should work on this and just move on. I'd be like, you know what? Andy, the astrologer, said this is just how I'm wired. This is just who I am. So y'all just gonna have to take this abrasiveness.
You know, I just, before we got on here, I was just watching my TikTok, and this woman went to Turkey and got her teeth done. And they paid for her hotel. They paid for her transport to and from the hotel to the teeth place, and it only cost her like $6,000.
See, now look, don't get me started. Hold on, you said turkey? Are they war torn? Hold on, you got the link.
I'll scroll back and I'll send it to you, but yeah, it literally just popped up on, because I don't follow anybody. It just popped up on my feed. It's obviously been listening to us, and it knows that I talked to you and you want your teeth fixed, and it was like, hold on, let me tell you about turkey real quick.
What I hate is when I say I want my teeth fixed, or it'll come up in conversation, and someone who doesn't know me and doesn't know, like, people who know me know, like, all I give a fuck about are teeth. But when they don't know me and they're like, oh my God, what's wrong with your teeth? And I'm like, let's not do that. Let's not.
How much
You're really
time do you
sit
have?
here and act like you don't see these fucking jumpers? Okay. Or if people be like, oh my God, what's wrong with your teeth? And what people don't understand is I'm not looking at yours. So, like, you don't have to have a conversation with me about, oh my God, your teeth are perfect, look at mine. I'm like, yeah, yours aren't costing me anything.
Right.
I don't give a shit what you do with your face.
Right.
And they're like, oh my God, you're like so worried about your teeth. I wonder what you think about mine. You're obviously happy with yours. I'm not tripping off yours.
Yeah. No, I'm not looking at anybody else's, weird skin. It's just mine. And I know that everybody's staring at it. They're not, but I know that they are.
Nobody is. You are, though. And also, it's probably, you're also more focused on it now because you're at the fucking pool every day.
Yeah. Yep.
You got to put a bathing suit on every day.
Just about, yeah.
Oh, God, girl. No. Can we talk about bathing suits in your 40s? Because
it is wild. It is wild. The choices.
What do they want from us? What do you want from us, bathing suit industry? You know my stomach don't do that. Why you cut that hole in the middle?
Why are there cutouts on the side? Why?
Girl, why would I want the sides spilling out?
The options are abysmal, and even the companies that have come out and I've been watching this woman. She comes across Instagram every so often. She's created like a romper, like a short romper, like a tank top kind of thing. It's very sporty, but it's to be worn as a swimsuit. Like, you can get it wet, so you can be like active in it. Like, you could go like canoeing and fall into the water and you're okay. It's not cute though. Hold on. Is it loose? It's kind of loose. It's kind of like a little blousey short, but it's not like I don't know. It's just not. I wouldn't wear it to the pool. Like, it just doesn't look like something that I would want to be wet in. Like, if it was dry, it's okay. Like, I like a shorty romper dry, but I wouldn't want to wear it wet because I feel like once it gets wet, it's going to stick to me in weird places.
Yeah, like, I see, and that's what I've become. I'm Phaedra Parks at the pool, bitch. I'm Hollywood from Mannequin. I have a hat. I have, sunglasses with a lightning bolt. I have, a piranha eating fucking tunic. I have, sparkles on my shoes. I'm doing everything out there for you to not know that I don't want to be in this fucking bathing suit. But I'm also hot and trying to get in that water right quick.
Yeah.
So once I shed all of my accessories, I'm down to the brass tacks. And the brass tacks, ma'am, I've landed on, the Land's End plain black bathing suit with the built-in Spanx inside. Mm-hmm. That you can't fucking breathe in, okay? You
gotta shimmy. You gotta wiggle, like getting into it. And don't even... I think there was one time a couple of years ago where I was like, how do you pee in this wet, very tight one-piece bathing suit? And somebody was like, oh, just pull the crotch to the side. And I was like, why didn't I think of that? It makes so much sense because once you're in it, you're in it.
Pull the crotch. See, the reason why you didn't think of that is because you're not a fucking sociopath. You don't want to pee down your leg. That's why you didn't think of that.
It takes a lot of like maneuvering and checking to make sure everything is pulled to the side before I sit down, so I'm not peeing on myself.
No, I sit there and, painstaking, when you get that orange that's really not ready to be peeled.
Yeah.
And that big thick layer of extra white skin is around, and you're like, by the time you get to the actual orange part, you done dug so deep. Now you've destroyed the flesh of the orange. Your hands are fucking sticky. You don't want to eat the orange anymore. That's me in that bathing suit trying to go pee. I'd be like, you know what? Pack it up. We got to go home. I can't do this because I'm not putting this back on. And my tunic is see-through, so I can't just come out there with my fucking titties out. I'm not putting this back on. We got to go home. Pack it up.
Well, and the thing that I struggle with one piece is I have a really long torso. So I have a really hard time finding, a one piece that fits me properly and isn't like digging into my cooter, like creating the world's worst camel toe. It's up my butt. So I typically just go for bikinis because I can't do a tankini because I hate it when it's wet and then it just clings to all of my insecurities. It's a thing. It's bad.
Right, and the tankini lands right above the thing you're worried about.
Yeah. There's no happy solution.
It's like a big neon sign that says, "Hey, look at this thing I hate."
I framed it for you in this, pink lycra.
My problem is once I get that Spanx outfit on, I've always had booty. I've always had a little bit of booty. Now, when I'm not in shape, my big bubble turns into, a little bit of a rhombus. It comes into a little bit of a square. And so once I get that Spanx ass bathing suit on, from the front, it's all good. So if I'm laying on my back, looking around with my accessories on and, drying off after I've gotten in the water and nobody hope that literally the entire world has decided not to be behind me because she who shall not be named goes in the water and sits right back down on her big cement butt because she don't want nobody to see that shit. That's me. I get right back quick because once I pull my body into the suit, the front can be cute. But then I've smashed my little cake so hard in the Spanx that where your panty lines would be.
Yeah.
Those are cutting right into me. So now I've created like not just a double butt, like a quadruple butt. So there's thigh meat, butt meat, and then the actual butt, and then your crack, and then the other side, thigh meat, butt meat, actual butt, crack. So like I look like I have 4 weird flat out of shape butts back there. And I'm just like, what?
Sometimes that Spanx is not helpful. Sometimes it does all of the wrong things. And then it's like, what is this? Yeah. Mm-mm. So
like when I go to the pool, all I care about is, are my toes sparkly? That's just, I guess I can handle that. Are my feet really smooth? Because I am looking at people's feet. That's another thing I do like to look at. I love to examine motherfuckers' feet at the pool.
Yeah. I don't stare at people's feet, but I have been noticing lately, like, I give myself such a hard time about what my body looks like. And I really, I've really tried to do a lot of the work recently in the last few years about why am I so concerned? Well, it's society telling me that I should look a certain way and moms are under this, pressure.
Your body has done service for 40 fucking years. Your body has given way to 3 other little bodies. So you should, and bitch, last time I checked, you worked out 7 days a motherfucking week.
You're going to get these rolls. You're going to get the cellulite. You're going to get all this ass because the pandemic has changed this body. Fuck it.
Oh, see, you're in a good place because I'd be like, you're going to get this tunic. You're going to get these sunglasses. Then I'm going to have the nerve to put a straw hat on that says silently judging you. Sure am. I really do wear that hat. Dead ass.
Now you need to be self-conscious about the hat because apparently, have you heard this term Cheugy?
Girl,
That's Cheugy. That hat is Cheugy.
Well, like, I started reading about Cheugy. I don't know where I fucking came across Cheugy. Cheugy, I thought. Cheugy.
Oh, I've heard it Cheugy.
Cheugy. I thought it was Cheugy.
Okay.
Look at us. We're old as fuck. Like, is it Cheugy? Is it Cheugy? Is it Cheugy? Like, we don't even know what the fuck we're saying. And we're like, oh, yeah, girl, that's Cheugy. Up here trying to keep up and can't even pronounce shit. I don't know where I read it, but I knew that once I was reading it, because I read it in like a intellectual magazine, you know, like, you know, it was basically like, old people, now you have to be concerned about whether or not you're Cheugy to this person. So I'm reading it, and I was like, now that I'm reading it, I know that I am, because I'm reading about it. But my understanding of it was basically young people hating everything old people do and wear.
Basically, yes? I mean, I watched, again, I saw TikTok. Now, there are some things that we don't do that would be considered Cheugy or Cheugy. Loving Disney, definitely Cheugy. I don't love Disney. Do you love Disney?
Bitch, fuck Walt. The thing is, Amanda, my whole life I've been anti-Cheugy. So, like, they were going through the list of things to hate, and I was like, I hate everything there. What do you mean? I'm not old. They were talking about basic motherfucking bitches, and I was like, bitch, I ain't never been basic. I'm cool as fuck. I'm anti-Cheugy to the bone.
Right. But your hat with the words on it, Cheugy.
Yeah, but the words are cool. The words themselves are cool.
I'm trying to see if I can find an article here that like lists all of the things.
I think Live, Love, Laugh is definitely Cheugy.
Oh, definitely
we
Live,
hate
Love,
that.
Laugh. We hate that.
Okay, so now we're getting at the hour of the podcast where we reassure each other that we don't suck. But we definitely probably do.
Why is my internet not working?
Cheugy. It's Cheugy. Because you're old and the internet don't work. You don't have no high speed. You don't have no bandwidth.
For real, I think I have to get off. Maybe all of my children are awake right now, and I have to get off my Wi-Fi to be able to use it. Gosh. Okay, here we go. Oh no, New York Times wants me to pay for this. I'm not paying for this shit.
Yes. Okay. So I read it in the New York Times. That's exactly what happened.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's see if I can have it.
Okay.
Girl, you have to press reader. Don't you know how to bypass the paywalls?
Okay. Well, here, USA Today is letting me look at an article for free. If it's free.
USA Today? You might as well just go look it up on the AARP. Hold on a second.
Okay. So it's blown up on TikTok. And let's see. Okay. Gucci belts, ripped jeans, and monogrammed tops all made it onto their list of Cheugy items, garnering nearly 300,000 likes. Other things called out as Cheugy include Ray Dunn pottery. Ew, no.
What's that?
Oh, you can find it at Home Goods, and women our age, some like a certain sect of women our age, and I'm sorry if this is you and you like it, but you're Cheugy. It's white pottery, and then it has this like very thin font, and it kind of looks handmade, and it'll have words like I've seen them words like bride, groom,
no.
flour, sugar.
Look, word items, except for my silently judging you hat, word items are no. Word items have always been a no.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to know that you eat in the kitchen. Eat!
It's very much
hate
eat
word
in
items.
the kitchen. Yeah. So
okay, look, I found the definition.
Okay.
It's not quite basic, which can describe someone who is a conformist or perhaps generic in their taste, and it's not quite uncool. It's not embarrassing or even always negative. Cheugy pronounced, and then they put CHEUGEE. Well, bitch, nobody can even agree on GIF versus GIF, so you have to tell me what the GEE is. I say GIF, by the way.
I say GIF. Mm-hmm. Okay,
good. Well, for the purposes of this podcast, you're going to have to move to my side. I can't take it. It ain't Cheugy. It's Cheugy.
Okay, Cheugy.
Okay. Cheugy can be used broadly to describe someone who is out of date or trying too hard. And while a lot of Cheugy things are associated with millennial women, Is that you? Because I'm too old to be that.
Yeah, I am an elder millennial. I just hit, by graduating in 2000, that puts me into the category, but I don't fall into a lot of the millennial things because of some of the things that I didn't grow up with that a lot of millennials have grown up with. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. So I think USA Today just stole whatever this content is because it said the Hype House, Golden Goose sneakers, Barstool Sports, Gucci belts with the large G, Ray Dunn pottery. Yes. Yeah. Ray Dunn pottery. Yeah. I've hated everything basic and generic my whole life. So I am anti-CHOO-GEE. Dead ass. And proud of it. For sure. The problem though is that sometimes I find, because I think I invented everything. Sometimes I find that things that we like, somebody CHOO-GEE will start to like it and ruin it.
Yeah.
So I think mid-century modern is on the way out the door soon for us. I mean, it'll never be. It never goes out of style. But I can see like CHOO-GEE people.
Yeah.
Like every now and again you'll see a CHOO-GEE person and they have an Eames chair and you're like, oh God, they're starting with their baby obsession with Eames and they think they know what they're talking about. They don't. It was like when Kanye decided that he was, a furniture designer and all of a sudden he was like, I like Mies van der Rohe, and you're like, no, you don't, bitch. Shut up.
I know. My sister was trying to tell me, she was like, it's just so trendy. And I was like, it is not trendy. It will always be classic and in style. You will always be able to insert a true mid-mod piece into anything. You can put that shit anywhere. I don't care. You can fucking put that into one of those farmhouse shiplap shit houses and it will look good. A friend of mine was just considering buying a Mr. Chair Plycraft chair and it is gorgeous. And he was like deciding between that and an Eames. And I was like, listen, every asshole has an Eames or an Eames reproduction. I was like, this Mr. Chair is gorgeous.
Hold on a second. Now we're going to fight.
No. I'm not saying anything. He was just trying to decide like what he wanted to put in his house. And I was like, this is a gorgeous piece. And I was like, get this because nobody else is going to have this and it will be very special in your house.
But he should go on ahead and splurge and get the Eames. Because ain't nobody collecting no Mr. Chairs.
No, but in his space, he has a very adorable mid-century little like bungalow. And in his space, this was going to like fit the best for like the space that he had allowed in his living area.
Because he doesn't have the ottoman.
It has an ottoman, but because the chair is like a more narrow chair, it's kind of like a little armchair with a matching ottoman versus like that long, like an Eames. You need some length. You need some space.
Girl, well, first of all, Justin and I have started to have this conversation because we moved the Eames lounge into the living room because I was like, we have this beautiful chair and it just sits in, it was sitting in his studio and like nobody was allowed to touch it or look at it. And like after a while, you're just like, you have to live and you have to use your furniture.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but we're dumbasses and got an ivory one. Who the fuck do we think we are? And I said, you know what, we have to live and yet you can't wear dark jeans on it. You can't have snaps and belts and this and that. And I was just like, you know what, fuck it. Let's live and let's use the fucking chair.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So, and I take care of it, but I'm not like gingerly about it anymore. I mean, I don't like when kids come over here and start spinning and shit. I'm like, don't be, motherfucker, do you know what you're doing?
Right. How many times have I yelled at my nieces, that's Danda's vintage chair. Do not spin in it. Sit nicely. Yeah.
Oh, so Justin's been sitting in it, when we watch TV in the living room in the evenings, and like, we've been starting to have realizations about this. It's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. But the bitch is hard to move place to place. Because part of the joy of a lot of like singular pieces of mid-century modern is that you can move them space to space and they can, breathe new life into a room that you didn't imagine it in. So like I just put it, God, we sound terrible. I bet this conversation is CHOO-GEE. I just put an Eames LCW in Maja's new room,
mm-hmm.
So it's, the brown low chair. But like, Justin and I started thinking about it, the footprint of Eames chairs, if they're not like the shell chairs that go to the table, mm-hmm. they're fucking huge. You need space for these things.
Yeah.
And also, they're not approachable. So, like, a little kid is going to look at that brown low chair, and it's the one that everybody starts with. You know, it's the $800 one, and I'm a collector, and I love mid-century modern. It's the one you can afford. Look how big that. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That wrestling that you do with yourself. It's just, you know, it's just a piece, and I'll stick it. It's my armchair. It's my, you know, the one that floats in the middle of the room. It's the one that I can pull up. You really can't pull it up.
Oh,
the
no,
bitch is
no.
cumbersome. It's hard to move into a doorway. And you're scared of it. You're scared of it because you don't want to scratch it. You don't want to whatever. And, like, I put it in Maj's room because that bitch has never had a home.
Yeah.
It was our first piece. It's never had a home, ever. We move it everywhere. We put it in Shalom's room. Shalom's like, I don't sit in it. Please get it out of here. You can't stand on it to get something out of the laundry room, so it can't go there. Like, there's nothing you can do with this chair.
Yeah.
She is pretty, though. And it does say something about you, so we're keeping it, but I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes. I have a chair downstairs, and it used to live up here in the family room, and then when we switched out the furniture, it went down to the basement, and then and now it is just sitting in storage in the back, and I can't let it go. It is not practical. Maybe someday maybe it'll, you know what, maybe when we finish that bonus room in the basement, it can go back into there. But it's an adorable little gun lock wooden chair with like bright peacock blue vinyl covering it. It's adorable, but it's like, it probably belongs like more of an office space. But yeah, I definitely have that furniture that just goes from place to place because I can't figure out where to put it, but we're not getting rid of it.
Wait, is it like a dining chair height?
No, it's like,
or is it like an armchair, occasional chair?
it's like an occasional chair. Like, you can't put it at a desk because it has arms,
Okay.
but you can't put it at a table because it's too low. It's very strange, but it's adorable.
Do you have a foyer?
No, you walk from my front door, like right into my like front living area.
Because, girl, the foyer has become the place where we just practice chairs out. And, be like, and we have this idea in our mind that, oh, that's the chair that you sit on to put your shoes on. Don't nobody put their shoes. Nobody sits at the chair you sit on to. We have this idea in our head that everybody comes into their house like Mr. Rogers and hangs their sweater and fucking switches into their house sweater and then takes their shoes off and switches into their house shoes. First of all, shoes ain't even allowed in my house, so why I have a chair at the front door to sit down and put your shoes on?
Melissa, I am laughing because I bought a very adorable bench to put by my back door, thinking that, oh, the children will sit at this bench and put their shoes on, and won't that be so cute? That bitch now lives in my basement because nobody sat on it. And I was like, this is just taking up room in my dining area for people to not use. It's going downstairs. And so now it just sits downstairs unused. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we bought a every summer, which unfortunately IKEA has been picked over. IKEA has been, I don't know, the pandemic. IKEA's designers sat around and said, girl, we can't do it. We off. Everybody at the IKEA design team got COVID or something because they haven't done shit in a year. It was all I wanted to do after I got vaccinated was go to Trader Joe's and go to IKEA.
Mm-hmm.
Last weekend, Justin and I went to IKEA to buy a shelf for Shalom because her room's still not done. And, like, we're trying to go slow because we don't want to just fill her shit up with, like, disposable shit. We want her to have a room that she grows into and loves. So, like, we're looking, you know, we're checking when we're driving around, we're looking in the dump, you know, like, we're looking for a piece that's going to, like, change this space. When really the reality is it's going to require construction and don't nobody got construction money. So we're trying to make it work as it is now. So we went into IKEA and there's this like Japanese inspired kind of shelf that has like sliding Cheugy's on it and a little bench that you can sit on and put shoes on. It's made for like a smaller apartment. Mm-hmm. So you can hang stuff on it and there's storage, but the storage is visible. So it would encourage her to keep things neat, which is dumb because I'm like, she's 12. She's not going to keep things neat. We're buying this and it's going to be a fucking clothes rack and it's going to be a nightmare. And every day I'm going to fucking rip everything off of it, fold it back, put it back pretty. And it's going to make me crazy, but it is cute.
Yeah.
And I can already see what's going to happen to it. What's going to happen to it is we're going to try to make it live downstairs in the foyer. Mm-hmm. Oh, this will be for, and it won't be for shit. So we went into IKEA, and girl, it was so depressing. Hold on a second. Are my neighbors excavating? Are they cutting another tree? Because I swear to you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't podcast in the mornings. Are you hearing that?
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, in the mornings is when they're allowed to make all this goddamn noise. So this is probably why we don't podcast at this hour. Thank you. That's what I thought. Anyway, we went in IKEA and it was completely picked over. Not even cute outdoor furniture. So every year, Justin and I go and we look at outdoor furniture and we have ideas and we want to do it. But like we haven't needed outdoor furniture in forever since we bought a whole bunch of it in like 2011. And it's upheld. Like IKEA outdoor furniture is cute. If you take care of it and put it away when you're supposed to, it lasts. Mm-hmm. So we had bought this low wire chair that is supposed to be for outside. But it's so pretty we didn't want to put it outside. So it sits downstairs as the chair. Mm-hmm. And now what I do is I just drag it to the front door and wait for the kids when they're coming off the bus. But like that's not the intention of the chair, but that's what happened. I put pillows on it. What, girl? It's cute and it looks intentional, I believe, because I think that it looks intentional, but it's probably Cheugy.
Well, let's keep going. Emoji merch, I guess, like shirts and bags and stuff that has emojis on it.
That's fucked up.
Giant inflatable yard decorations.
That's always been terrible.
Yeah.
Although, I'm not mad at a pink flamingo. I'm not. I think it's adorable.
I'm not mad at a pink flamingo, but I think maybe what they're talking about are like maybe holiday decorations, which, ew. No.
Oh, well, I've been anti-Cheugy then.
Herbal essences shampoo. No.
100%.
Cruises.
Yep.
Dancing with the Stars. Who watches Dancing with the Stars?
Cheugy.
If the definition sounds a little vague, it's because it is. CHOO-GEE. And it did say
I said it's Cheugy.
Here's the thing. It says it has a hard G. So it is CHOO-GEE.
What does hard G mean?
G.
Oh, like glass jaw?
Yeah.
Well, I changed it. It's Cheugy. I said it's Cheugy, goddammit.
Okay, so by definition, it has a hard to pin down, undefinable element, part 2010 aesthetic, part girl boss energy that gives them that Cheugy flair. Let's see.
I hate girl boss energy.
Ew. Okay, so
I hate girl boss on a redone pottery. Ugh.
Ooh, girl boss, chevron, that font, that.
I fucking hate chevron.
Ugh. Okay, side parts.
That was rude. I don't think they should say that.
I like a side part. Now I have a middle one right now, but I typically have a side part. What's wrong with side parts?
When my hair is blown straight, I have a side part, and bitch, I look fabulous.
Same. Let's see. Christian Girl Autumn, which I think is like a skinny jean, a tall leather boot, a plaid scarf, a hat, a vest.
I'm gonna take it one further. I think a Christian girl. If you don't believe in Satan, man, you fucking Cheugy. Okay. We only worship Satan around here. It's cool to worship. It's too early to be podcasting. Go ahead, continue. I'm serious. Like, really think about it. We're just
Jesus
get on the
Cheugy.
cancel train. Yes. Jesus ain't your homeboy. Jesus is fucking Cheugy, bro. What do you mean you're going to church? Man, fuck church.
You weird Chug.
Look at those Chugs in there going to worship.
Okay. We just lost like a whole bunch of listeners.
It's over now. No, we're just fucking with you, man. Jesus is great. Jesus is fucking always in style. Jesus is mid-century modern, okay?
Leggings paired
Especially
with
white Jesus. White Jesus is great. I believe in him, love him. When those blue sad eyes that move, if you look at the painting too long, we love that Jesus. Go ahead.
Live, love, laugh. Live
100%.
like your Jesus. Love like your Jesus. Laugh like your Jesus.
I bet Jesus don't even laugh. That's the thing, though. Where have you seen a picture of Jesus laughing? For real. Think about it.
Never. Gosh, you're right. He always just has that like weird half smile. Or like a very sad face.
Right. And sad face with that weird half smile. And that weird half smile is when he does some bad shit to you and goes, see, told your ass. Didn't I say get on the right path? I fucking told your ass. Jesus is actually kind of mean, if you think about it.
I don't think Jesus is mean. I think that his dad is mean. Because Jesus didn't do any of that mean shit. He didn't cause the flood. He didn't send the locusts. That was God. God was like,
Jesus was just down here telling the people.
Yeah, you better listen to my dad.
Oh, Jesus was a little snitch. Daddy! They down here tripping. You know what, then? It's cicada time.
Dad, they don't believe that I am the son of God.
I feel like Satan is the only thing that is not Cheugy in religion, but we can't say that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It feels mean-spirited. While basic implies being simple or less than, Cheugy feels softer and more self-deprecating, in part because the word is nonsensical. There's also something freeing in proclaiming oneself as Cheug. And boys can be Cheugy too. So listen up, men. According to the Times, Barstool Sports, quote, Saturdays are for the boys, unquote. And longboard shorts, Cheug, and even more Cheug. Rich people can also be Cheugy. Gucci belts with that big GG, Cheugy. Tory Burch sandals, those are so fucking Cheugy. That was my...
Okay, hold on a second.
They didn't say fucking.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Can you please stop, snowblower or whatever the fuck is going on out there? I'm trying to talk. Don't you see I'm making a podcast over here? This writer, whoever's writing it, is implying that these people, like, they're having to remind us. Men, rich people, are they like... They're obviously... Why are you reminding me that? Duh. They're like, rich people can be it. White people can be it. Yeah, they're the ones. They invented this shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Basically, if you were like white and you were young in the early aughts, everything that you loved, Cheug City. Tiffany & Co. bracelets, Cheugy. Even words and phrases can be Cheugy, like I did a thing, adulting, all the feels, and doggo.
I feel like Cheugy... See, now I have a different spin. I feel like it's white people who are embracing being white, and I applaud that. Just be white. That's great. I'm not mad at it now.
So
doggo. I hate when people say doggo.
Ugh.
You know what else I hate? Hubby. My hubby will do it. Your
Ew.
hubby's a fucking dickhead. Don't say hubby.
Hubby. No, ew. The hubster, the hubs.
I hate all that shit.
Mm-mm.
Just if you don't get that boy in this house, hubby.
Let's see what else. Starbucks Frappuccinos, gender reveals, and feeling like 2000 was always only 10 years ago. Listen, 2000 was only 10 years ago.
No, it wasn't. 2000 was 30 very
God.
paralyzing years ago. We don't talk about 2000.
Let's see. Okay, so what isn't Cheugy? So this person, Gabby Rassin, who takes credit for coining the word, told the Times quote, looking good for yourself and not caring what other people think, that confidence exudes non-cheuginess. So if you're okay in your cheuginess, then wouldn't that be the definition of not being cheugy?
Right.
I'm confused.
Well, I've never been, so I'm not worried about that.
I'm not worried about that either. Who cares? All of my silver Tiffany jewelry is sitting in a jewelry box downstairs. I'm not really sure what to do with it. Maybe I should give it to Quinn. I can't get rid of it. Oh my God,
it's silver?
Yeah, Chris, I think Chris, I mean, it was definitely remember everybody had that open Elsa Peretti heart. I have that. I have the Paloma Picasso crossed heart. I have the big silver beaded bracelet. I've got the big silver beaded earrings. I've got the cross heart ring.
You better go on ahead and give all of that shit to Quinn. Shalom's been liking to wear silver, and I feel like it's just a slap in my face. This is a gold household. I don't know who you think you are.
Didn't you have a silver moment, though, in the late 90s, early 2000s? Or you were always gold?
Never. Always gold. There's no silver moment. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Silver will never happen in this household.
I used to wear a lot of silver jewelry.
Ugh. I feel like silver don't go with nothing.
I don't know. I just felt at one point, I wore gold as a child, and then when I got to be a teenager, gold felt felt very dated. It was what my mom wore. My mom wore gold. So then I wore silver for a while, and then I started to mix silver and gold as I got a little bit older, and now it's just gold all the time.
Only ever gold. I'll not buy a bag if the hardware is silver. It'll make me crazy. I'll be upset about it every time I look at the bag, so I just can't do it. That sound is real Cheugy. Having shitty sound on your podcast and thinking I'm a podcaster. No, you ain't. Being a podcaster is probably Cheugy.
You know what? No. I decided yesterday, I was when people ask me now what I do, I'm just going to say, I'm a podcaster. You don't need to know my business. I'm a podcaster. For all you know, I'm fucking Joe Rogan in this bitch.
Joe Rogan is definitely Cheugy.
I got on Twitter yesterday. I was looking, and there was a question, some podcast group or whatever that populates on our Twitter feed was would you ever pay a guest to be on your show? And I was reading through the comments to see what people were saying, and most of the people that commented were no, I wouldn't pay a guest, unless it was going to be something where maybe it would help my podcast growth, maybe it was a really big name. And somebody commented, I bet y'all would change your tune if you had Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, or Jeff Bezos on your podcast. And I was like, bitch, if we had any of those guests on our podcast, we wouldn't have a podcast anymore, because everybody would stop listening to our fucking show. So any money that we would pay would automatically be down the toilet, because nobody would want to hear us say, who wants to listen to Elon Musk on a podcast?
Not I, cried the fly.
He is Cheugy for sure.
That Tesla ain't, though. I'm still trying to understand how this man invented anything.
Right?
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Are Crocs Cheugy? Because
probably.
I like them. I hated them for many, many years, and now I like them.
No, I still don't like them. You know what's Cheugy? Uggs. The short Uggs.
No, that ain't. Those are comfortable.
I just picked up a little picture here on Google, and in the picture is a straw hat that says "Life's a beach" around the brim.
I feel like the short Ugg is a necessity. Well, I mean, you live in a cold environment. You have to do it. What are you talking about?
I have never owned a pair of Uggs. I will never own a pair of Uggs. Uggs are ugly.
They are, but they're comfortable.
And an Ugg with a short?
I don't own a pair. But I'm saying.
My giant water bottle is Cheugy.
Of course it is. Your giant water bottle probably has that font on it. Water.
It does have inspirational phrases.
See? carbohydrates. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Of course it's Cheugy. Talking about.
What else? I'm trying to see. Friends. Friends is Cheugy.
Oh, 100%. Friends has always been. I've never seen a whole episode of Friends ever.
Keep calm and carry on.
Cheugy as fuck.
Wow. Juicy tracksuits. I actually kind of want a juicy tracksuit now. Do you remember when that was like the height of like elegance and glamour? Like you were so cute.
I never had one. Ever.
I didn't have a real one, but I definitely had fake ones.
I never had any of that. No. If Paris Hilton wore it, that means don't wear it. So we need to come up with, someone needs to coin a term for not Cheugy, which I guess will just be like Melissa. Here I am with my home button. Okay, girl.
All right. Well, congrats on your new phone. Congrats on glad we're not Cheugy, or only like
we're definitely
maybe
not
1% Cheugy.
I'm gonna say I'm no percent Cheugy. You have a water bottle.
Listen,
you have the water bottle.
Listen. I'm sure you got some Cheugy in there too. I'm sure our listeners have some Cheugy in there. We'll just all have to unchug ourselves.
I'm 1% Cheugy. You're like, I'm gonna say you're at least 32% Cheugy.
And really 30%
like,
of it
bitch!
is because I'm white.
Right.
And I had some formative years in the early aughts. So I can't help when I was born.
You're right. Okay, I gotta go. Bye, stupid.
Hail Satan.
All right, Cheugy babies. Cheugy, 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 whatever. All I know is this is a no-chug zone of chugs. We hope that you enjoyed this Cheugy episode. You know what? Cheugy is like fetch. We are not going to make it happen. I hate Cheugy. Matter of fact, this episode's going in the garbage. We're never discussing that again. That was a terrible word. It's a horrible word. Like, you know how people inexplicably hate the word moist and you're just like, that's not even like, how did that become a thing? No, Cheugy is actually a really gross, disgusting word. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Here we are, 52 episodes in. Every day that we get past 50 is like a whole big ass accomplishment, and we have you to thank for this amazing longevity. Thank you for showing up every week, Friday night on the Instagram to see the live story. Oh, what's the live story? You say we have an interactive story that goes with every single episode. You can click on the highlights section, find the episode number, click it, and there you'll get visuals for each episode. You know, we put together a little silly slideshow for you to enjoy while you're listening to the episode. It drops at midnight every Friday, just like the episode. Sometimes it comes in there a little early, so you'll have a little treat. Also on Instagram, you can enjoy us on Monday nights. Monday Night Live, which we have moved to 9 p.m. to accommodate our West Coast listeners and stranger friends. So Monday nights, come back here at 9 o'clock to recap the episode that you just heard, or, you know, shoot the shit, talk about whatever. If you haven't followed us on Twitter yet, please do so. The Twitter handle is imperfstrangers. I don't know why somebody has imperfect strangers. They're not using it. Just give it to us. What is the problem? We also have a website, imperfectstrangerspodcast.com. Check it out. From there, you can find all of the episodes. You can find, sign up for a mailing list. I don't know what we mail people, but we have one. You know, we're just covering all the bases around here. We also have a merch store, which you can also find on the website if you want to support this little podcast by wearing Imperfect Strangers merch. It is perfect for everyday casual wear, super stylish, always black and white. Don't nobody got time to put no lavender shirts. Now that I'm in the purchasing department at Merch Direct, we're really not doing colors, okay? Because there's a lot that goes into that. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Thank you so much for coming to all of our little events when we have them. Who knows when we'll have another one. And Sundays, sometimes we give out free coffee. So stick around on the Instagram and see if you can get that little code and ride your little butt up to Starbucks and get you a free drink. Fridays, midnights, new episodes, Instagram, Twitter. What else did I miss, Amanda? She's not here. I'm talking to myself. Oh, Patreon. The Monday Night Lives don't live on the Instagram forever, but if you want to catch them, say you missed one and you really want to see it because we'll be cutting up on there, you can join our Patreon. There are several tiers to choose from. Pick which one that, goes with your lifestyle, goes with your budget. There's a newsletter there. There's bonus episodes, whole entire ass episodes, bonus clips, stuff that we don't put on the show because, it's Cancel City these days. And the Monday Night Lives live there. Sneak preview merch stuff. Always fun on the Patreon. Join us there. Your patronage there helps us to keep this show on the road. It helps us pay our little fees. It helps us pay our little technology type shit. In fact, guess who has a new iPhone without a home button? That would be me. So, golf claps, mazel tov. Stranger friends, thank you for listening. We will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.